During the summer, I worked with Mary Ann and Jennifer to get the new course student learning outcomes. A couple of content areas had updated their outcomes, and we needed to get that information updated in Canvas. Now, some of you may not know that the course student learning outcomes are in Canvas so that you're able to tie them into your assignments and then track the completion or how students are doing on those outcomes. This is a quick video to show you where those outcomes are at, how to get them, and how to get them added into your assignments. So when you open up a course, so you can go to Canvas, open up one of your courses. In the navigation menu here on the left, you have a link for outcomes. You want to click on that outcome, and you're likely going to have a blank screen. So unless you've entered in outcomes already, you're not going to see anything here. But to find South Mountain's course student learning outcomes, you want to click on Find. You go to Account Standards. You want to go to South Mountain Community College. From here, you're going to see the course student learning outcomes in folders by division. Now, if you're an adjunct instructor or a new faculty member, you may need to get clarification on what division that your class is listed under. Once you have that information, you click on the folder, and then you can go into the course. This is where you'll see the course student learning outcomes. If you were using outcomes before, because I know we had a few faculty members across the campus using them, the outcomes have all been renamed, and the reason we do that is so that you can easily run assessment reports or run reports on the data to assess how your students are doing with those learning outcomes. We had to do this because the way the reports were printing off before, you had no idea what learning outcome was going to what content area. So it's just another way to name the outcomes so that we're able to track, you're able to track and actually see reports on how your students are doing. Now, once you have the learning outcomes that you want for your course, you go down here and click Import. You say, yes, please import. So this is going to import them directly into the course that you opened up when you started looking at outcomes. Now when you click on outcomes, and I'm going to click off of it. All right, so when you click on outcomes, now you're going to see those outcomes show up. That's half of it, right? So now the way that you're going to use these outcomes, you have a link for rubrics. So if you've already created rubrics, then you can go directly into the rubric and add the outcomes that way. So let's just take, all right, let's say this is our rubric. I can edit the rubric. Once again, you have the rubric. You may already have some information in there, but we want to find the outcomes that we just put into our course. So when you do Find Outcomes, right here they are. You can select the one that you want. If you want all three, you can import all three. If you just want one for that particular rubric, click Import. Now that CSLO is actually in the rubric and you can update. Make sure you click Update Rubric. I've spent a lot of time on these rubrics before and forgot to update because I was thinking it would automatically save and lost all of my work. So be sure to save that. If you do not have rubrics created already with your assignments, if you're kind of new to using the rubrics or new to really tracking those CSLOs, then what you can do is create an assignment. So you want to go to Assignments, create a new assignment. All right, I'm just going to put in Test. Here we go, Test Outcomes. Test Outcomes. All right, you would do your normal thing here. You're setting up the assignment. All right, and it's assigned to everybody. Let's see if that'll let, nope, gotta choose an option. So the assignment's been created. Obviously that's not a real assignment, but it gives me the shell I need to show you how to do the rubric. Once you have the assignment created, or it could be an assignment you already have in the course, you just have not added a rubric, you'll see this link down below where you can add a rubric. You want to click the rubric. It will help, since you have this rubric link up here, it will really help if you give the rubric a title. By default, it does some rubric, but you really, in order to keep track of them and find them, give it a title. So right here, there is a description by default. And if you don't want that one, you can delete it out. What we want to do is find our outcomes. Depending upon how you run your assignments or your course, you may only want the CSLOs in your rubrics, or you may be creating rubrics to track other information too, or to help the student complete this assignment successfully. Sorry, I'm having problems talking. And then you create the rubric. Now you have a rubric that will go with the assignment.